we're joined by Nevin, who you're an actual farmer.
I am.
You work in an actual dairy farm with real life cows, not like these weird Nintendo cows.
Right.
You just got to play 1-2 switch with the milk game for the first time.
I did.
Just obvious question: how does it compare?
You know, I was surprised how accurate it is. In fact, the motion from top to bottom, obviously exaggerated.
Yeah. This is a weird.
Because I mean, this would be the longest teat on a cow
that cow
ever
would not be happy.
That would not be a happy.
But the
happy cow.
the finger motion, is it kind of accurate?
It's kind of similar. Yeah, yeah. So.
Now you did really well, I heard. Like you just played with our Snapchat team, and you got something like 17 cups of milk, which is I think more than I've seen anyone get.
So yeah, no, it took a couple times, but then it's like riding a bike, just milking a cow.
Milking a cow, yeah. So I'm curious, like obviously it's 2017. There have been a lot of technological advances. We can now virtually milk cows, but do you guys still do it manually, or is it more...
So we'll go through and like prime the cow and by hand and get her ready.
Okay.
So there's hormones naturally occurring in her body. The main one is oxytocin. Takes 52 seconds after stimulation to get her to release the oxytocin and let her milk down. You can't just take it from her. She has to let it down.
Okay. Are they cool with that?
Yeah, they're totally cool with that. Like our heifers, our younger cows, they're a little skeptical going into the barn for the first time. But once they get used to it, they'll actually be at the gate waiting to come in. They're
like, you got to get this milk out of me.
Yeah, you know, they're releasing all that weight off of them. They feel good after.
So now from there, it gets hooked up to an actual machine?
Yeah, so we have these milking machines. After we stimulate them and get them ready, then we'll attach these machines. And there's these rubber inflations inside. And we have a vacuum pump and a pulsator that has the same motion that you would with your hand.
Do they know like the difference between your hand? Like, is it like a transition where you're like, my hand's here, the machine's here? She has no idea. I'm walking away.
So you know, I would think the cow would know the difference. Obviously, you know, being that all four are attached, because with your hand you can only milk two. But yeah, so all four would be attached, and then they alternate to give her a break.
So they don't have a second where like, does that guy have four hands?
Yeah.
So on average, how much, in kind of one session, I don't know what the term is there with the cow, like how much milk comes out?
Yeah, so like we milk our cows twice a day back on the farm. And we'll average 9 gallons between the two. So like 4.5 gallons per time,
Okay.
I should have asked you to bring us some milk.
Definitely, some good raw milk from the farm.
Next time, bring us some good raw milk.
All right.
So the interesting thing is, so obviously this is a video game based on milking, and your real life involves a lot of tech. Isn't it odd? Because I think the old idea of like a farmer is that he or she is out there to get away from phones and to get away from tech. And
very old school.
Yeah.
It still has that element for sure, and that I do like that aspect of it. But to stay up with the times, you know, we need to have good technology to make things efficient. So I have programs like, because we feed our cows, it's called a total mix ration. We mix all these ingredients. We have a nutritionist come out, and they balance these rations to perfect her diet. So we mix 12 to 15 ingredients in a big wagon. It mixes it up. But I have a program that monitors the weights that were entered in, just so I know it's perfectly accurate.
You've got like just like stats basically.
Yeah, stats on the accuracy of
how much ammo you have in your cow food gun, pretty much.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
So you're sort of playing a video game too.
Sort of. Yeah. And like we use a big front end loader tractor to load the wagon, and it has a joystick. To control the bucket. So you have your steering wheel and your joystick, and then there's 3 buttons: forward, reverse, and neutral. So it really is like a video. It's like a giant real life video game.
So that's so funny because I feel like you know, with gaming and stuff, there's that you think video games and there's that like stereotypical image. There's like that stock photo of like the the controller and the bleep bloop noises and everything. In the farming community, if you show them something like this, are they like, oh god, this is totally not what we do? Like this big straw hat? Is it kind of...
Right at first, the music.
Okay.
Do you remember the music on the game?
Yeah.
I was like, this is offensive, but
This
is not cowpoke music.
I think they assume that like you're just constantly listening to like there's like 5 guys with banjos around you.
Right.
I mean, to be fair, that's probably what Japanese farmers listen to. I don't know. The game's made by a bunch of weird dudes in Tokyo.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
So what was your immediate reaction when you first saw this game? Were you like, cool, they're making a game based on my job?
Yeah,
or?
I thought it was really cool, kind of flattering, like that people care enough about where the products come from and just exposing people to milking a cow, like how it is.
I do love
very
your
dramatic
explanation of it being like just a really long teat.
Because I mean, in reality, you're
it's just like
right. You kind of roll the fingers. And,
Oh, is that what it is?
You kind of roll the fingers.
Okay.
So that's great. We have so much video footage now.
Good to know. Yeah.
All of us doing that. So, did you grow up playing video games? Do you get a chance to play video games now?
Oh yeah, I grew up on the GameCube.
Oh, nice.
For sure. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome, man.
But so. I still like video games, but most of my time's on the farm.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah. Have you gotten a chance to check out any of the the farming simulator games that they've made?
No.
Because that's the weird thing is on the flip side of the very kind of simplified, goofy, stereotypical milk the cow. There's also an entire community of very realistic simulations of trying to.
Yeah,
I mean, think Farmville meets SimCity, just turn up to 11.
Right.
It's you've got to adjust the tire pressure in your tractor and stuff like that. And,
Right. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like after a long day on the farm, it's the last game you'd want to play is to go home and just
go home. Milk virtual cows again.
Yeah, can I simulate that thing I was doing at work all day? Yeah, that'd be very tough. So you don't get a ton of time to play video games now, but I think so. I'll run through some of the stereotypes so that I know of farming, and you can tell me how wrong they are.
Okay.
Number 1, you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
No.
What time?
5.
5?
5. Yeah.
Still pretty early.
Yeah. I mean, I get up at 6, so I'd be like a bad
Yeah,
farmer.
and yet you host a show called Up at Noon, charlatan.
Up at noon.
I'm a liar. Number 2, how many hats do you wear? And I don't mean metaphorically. Do you physically have to wear a cowboy hat the entire time?
Literally a hat. That's kind of a ball cap, but I've got a stack of them, and I change them out. Oh yeah. So I've got a stack of ball caps.
Is that a something or a look cool thing?
I think it's one of those stereotypical farmer things. Just everyone wears that.
Because you have the flannel shirt and you have the. I don't know if you can see the belt buckle.
I have the belt buckle.
Yeah, there it is.
So,
Got those cool boy cows that are always jumping around on there.
Yeah.
So do you ride bulls or
No.
Any of the dangerous stuff?
I had an uncle that was really into the rodeo circuit, so this is his belt buckle.
Got it. That's awesome.
Team roping is what this is for. Yeah.
So, is this one of the things you're just this is what I love. I want to do this forever.
Oh, definitely.
That's so cool.
We've been in the business for over 80 years now.
And how old are you?
20.
So you're 20 years old and you've got it figured out already.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Farmer sounds awesome. You're like, oh, dude, I'm 20. You're I started this job when I was 29. I was like, I'm gonna be a fine artist in New York City and get in the gallery scene. I don't know what we're doing. You're 20 and you're like, no, the farm's great. It's good for me.
Yeah.
What are your sort of recommendations or suggestions for somebody who wants to sort of quit the city life and start working on a farm?
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole host of job opportunities in the farming community. Not only they're on the farm, that's where a lot of people start. But I went to college for dairy science, and you kind of work your way up through the farming community. But at the end of the day, there is just the good old-fashioned manual labor. And, everybody, that's just a good thing. But aside from that, there's sales, marketing.
And I mean, imagine programming apps for cow feeding and stuff.
Definitely. Yeah, some of our tractors are automated on
nuts.
driving. Yeah, on the GPS, it's crazy.
Okay.
So cool.
But you can be a veterinarian, all sorts of things.
Yeah. Well, cool.
Awesome,
where can people find out more about what you do?
You can go to the CMAB's website.
You have a website?
Yeah. And actually, my farm has a Facebook page.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
You gotta give it a shout out.
The Lockwood 3 Dairy Facebook page.
There it is.
All right.
Can people buy your milk? That's a weird sentence. I'm sorry.
We ship to a creamery.
Okay.
So we're just bulk.
Oh, awesome.
We ship 4,400 gallons a day.
What?
Wow.
Just about, yeah.
That's a lot
That's a lot of milk.
And
a lot of
we're
cows.
somewhat of a small, just family farm.
Yeah.
But it's still a lot of milk.
Awesome.
That's great.
Well, Nevin, thank you so much for
Yeah,
coming on.
Thanks
This
for
is
having me.
awesome.
This is
It's been a pleasure.
I can tell why you did so well on Switch. That is a
a
firm
great
ass
hand.
handshake.
Thank
You've got
you.
these dainty video game wrists.